narrow spaces. In fact, it's not just with one wall. If you've got your roof, you've got your pointed arch up here at the bottom. Basically, the entire weight of the roof is carried by these pillars. You can go essentially as high as you want, so long as you can build cranes that are tall enough. And so you get these Gothic cathedrals where the interior nave of the building may be 150 feet tall. There's an architectural problem here, and that is if you've got all of the weight is on the roof, then you've got weight coming down, and the fact that the nature of the arch, all of this weight pushing down actually wants to push the arch out, and so you've got weight coming down through these supports, and you have weight that goes out to the side. So what do you have to do to keep the sides of these columns, the sides of a church building, from buckling out?
Reinforce them.
You've got to reinforce it with something. And what are you going to do to reinforce it?
Metal.
Brick.
You're going to add another roof. So the force of the roof comes down through these pillars, and then it's actually carried by this next series of roofs and buttresses, whatever it is that's supporting it. So now, we're 75 feet from the ground. What do you have to do to make sure that this doesn't buckle out? Do another one. And usually, once you get pretty close to the ground, some people discover that you just build like an extra shoulder, like a rib sticking out of the side of this building. Now, sometimes these are enclosed. Sometimes you may actually have a roof right here, and this is sticking outside of the edge of the building. And so in some places, you may go to some cathedral where on the inside you've got some of these pointed roofs. There's some pointed arches on the inside of the building, and you've got a second story on the side, on each side of the cathedral. This is like where you put your libraries or your university schools or things like that. The vast majority of wall space is taken up by what? This is the reason the Gothic churches are very bright inside.
Windows.
Windows, stained glass windows.
Nice.
Gorgeous stained glass windows. As a result, north of the Alps, in the Northern Renaissance, the vast majority of religious buildings are all stained glass with pillars. How much wall space do you have that you can really paint? Not much at all. Okay? In the Italian Renaissance, how much wall space do you have to paint? A lot. And as a result, Italian Renaissance art is very, very frequently paintings on walls. So you start off and you have a brick-covered building. Constantine's Basilica. Did I show you guys pictures of the? I did not show you.
No.
Here we go. This is actually in Trier in Germany. This is Constantine's Basilica. This is the kind of a building that you would have had. Now, yes, you do have a lot of windows in this building, but then again, this was built by the Romans. It was not built immediately post-Roman. But you still have large expanses of flat wall. The walls are very boring. And so this is the kind of a structure that you get some rich benefactor in Florence to say, hey, painter, can you come over and paint my building? It looks boring. So you walk in, you've got brick. What are you going to cover the brick with first? Plaster. And so you cover it over with a thin layer of wet plaster, and then you apply paint directly to the plaster. And what is that method of painting called? Fresco, which means fresh. Okay. Frescoes